Hello there. Waving hand sign ready to explore the world of clever sentences. Let's jump in. Understanding complex sentences, main and subordinate clauses. Welcome. Today, we're going on an exciting journey to explore complex sentences. These clever sentences help us add more detail and make our writing super interesting. Sounds like a fun challenge, doesn't it? Complex sentences are a brilliant way to make our writing richer and more expressive. They help us explain things clearly, add reasons, and show when or why something happens. Let's take a closer look at what makes a complex sentence tick. We can see two puzzle pieces, one green, one yellow. That's a great way to picture how complex sentences work. They are made of two connected parts that fit together perfectly. Two key parts. A complex sentence is like a special team-up. It has two important parts, a main clause and a subordinate clause. The main clause stands alone. Think of the main clause as the boss. It can stand all by itself and still make perfect sense, like a complete sentence on its own. The subordinate clause needs help. The subordinate clause is like a helpful assistant. It adds extra information, but it can't stand alone. It needs the main clause to make sense. So, imagine the main clause as the leader of the sentence. It's strong and independent. The subordinate clause is the sidekick. It's brilliant at adding detail, but it needs the leader to complete the idea. Together, they form a powerful sentence that's full of meaning. Just like puzzle pieces, they are designed to fit together. One gives structure, the other adds depth. Now we're zooming in on the first puzzle piece, the main clause. What is a main clause? A main clause is a group of words that has a subject, who or what the sentence is about, has a verb, the action or state of being, makes complete sense all by itself. Example, the cat is sleeping. Hey, the cat is the subject and is sleeping is the verb. It makes perfect sense. Your turn. Is the dog barks a main clause? Think about it. Yes, it is. So, a main clause is like a full sentence. It tells us something clear and complete. The cat is sleeping gives us a subject and a verb, and we understand exactly what's happening. Main clauses are the foundation of complex sentences. They are the part that holds everything together. Now we're looking at the subordinate clause. What is a subordinate clause? A subordinate clause also has a subject and a verb, but it feels incomplete when it's by itself. It leaves you wanting more information. It always needs to be connected to a main clause to complete its meaning. It adds important details or reasons. Example. Look at this, because it is raining. It tells us why. But what happened because it was raining? Can because it is raining stand alone as a complete thought? No, it can't. It needs something else. So, subordinate clauses are like clues. They hint at something, but they don't tell the full story. Because it is raining makes us ask. So what? Subordinate clauses are brilliant for adding detail, explanation, or timing. They are the extra sparkle in your writing. Let's talk about the glue that holds complex sentences together, subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions are special joining words. They act like glue, connecting the subordinate clause to the main clause. These words show the relationship between the two parts of a sentence, like why, when, or under what conditions something happens. Because, although, if, when, since, before, after, unless, while, until. Here's a fun fact. Subordinate clauses aren't stuck in one place. They can move around. Where can the subordinate clause go? The cool thing about subordinate clauses is that they can be flexible. They can be placed in different spots in a sentence. Let's look at the three options. Small blue diamond at the beginning. Because it was raining, I stayed inside. When the subordinate clause comes first, we usually add a comma after it. Small blue diamond at the end. I stayed inside because it was raining. This is the most common placement. It flows naturally. Small blue diamond in the middle, less common. Yesterday, because it was raining, I stayed inside. This version sounds a bit more formal or dramatic. So, Subordinate clauses are like puzzle pieces that can fit in different places. Just remember, wherever they go, they still need a main clause to make sense. Now it's time to see complex sentences in action. Examples of complex sentences. Let's look at some fantastic examples to see how main and subordinate clauses work together. Here are 3 great ones. 1. Cold day fun. Although it was cold, we went to the park. Although it was cold is the subordinate clause. It gives us the condition. We went to the park is the main clause. It tells us what happened. 2. Happy puppy. She smiled when she saw the puppy. The subordinate clause, when she saw the puppy, tells us when. The main clause, she smiled, tells us what she did. 3. Homework reward. If you finish your homework, you can watch TV. Hey, if you finish your homework is the condition. You can watch TV is the result. Each sentence has 2 parts. One gives the main idea. The other adds detail, timing, or reason. That's the magic of complex sentences. Read each sentence carefully. Your mission: spot the main clause and the subordinate clause. Let's look at the first sentence. When the bell rings is the subordinate clause. It tells us when. We go to lunch is the main clause. It tells us what happens. 2. I will play outside is the main clause. It makes sense on its own. If it stops raining is the subordinate clause. It gives the condition. 3. Because he was tired is the subordinate clause. It explains why. He went to bed early is the main clause. It's the action. So, remember, main clauses are complete ideas, and subordinate clauses add extra detail. Spotting them helps you understand how sentences are built, and makes your writing stronger. Your turn. Make a complex sentence. Choose one of these subordinating conjunctions to help you. Because, although, if, when. Example: I ate my lunch because I was hungry. Let's break that down. I ate my lunch is the main clause. Because I was hungry is the subordinate clause. Now it's your turn. Pick one of the conjunctions and build your own sentence. Just remember, every complex sentence needs both parts, a main clause that makes sense on its own, and a subordinate clause that adds something extra. You've done brilliantly. Let's wrap up with a quick summary. And remember, here are the 3 key points. More interesting writing. Complex sentences help make your stories and reports much more exciting and detailed. Main plus subordinate. Remember, they always have a main clause that makes sense alone, and a subordinate clause that adds extra detail. Conjunctions are key. Subordinate clauses usually start with special joining words called subordinating conjunctions. Keep practicing spotting them and using them in your writing to become a true sentence master. So, what have we learned? Complex sentences are powerful tools. They help us explain, describe, and connect ideas. They make our writing clearer, richer, and more fun to read. You've learned how to spot main and subordinate clauses, how to join them with conjunctions, and how to build your own complex sentences. Keep practicing, and soon, you'll be writing like a sentence master.